What's up, everybody? I'm Puma Pete,
And I'm a...
and we're not going into the gate yet because
Oh, we're big liars.
Mason is a giant buzzkill, and
Hey.
I was all like, "Oh, we're gonna go into the gate now," and then he was like, "But that's where we have to go, so we should go explore the side quests first." So basically, Mason is ruining everybody's fun. Dude, you know I'm telling the truth, Mason. None of that's even a lie. That's not a lie. Mason, why do you hate fun? Also, why do you hate America, apple pie, and I heard you might be a communist? Can you confirm any of these rumors?
All of them are true.
I knew it. Also, was that your electricity? Is that your electricity going, like, everywhere?
No.
So that's some...
It shouldn't be mine. No, it keeps zapping me. It's definitely not mine.
Okay, we should probably figure out what is doing it then, because it doesn't really seem like it's coming from enemies. It's just, like, showing up.
Yeah, it's an archer who shoots lightning arrows.
Where? Where's the archer at?
I killed him.
I don't even see him. He's the sneakiest archer ever. Oh, hey, is it this easy?
Except. Oh, it's another quest.
Alright, let's don't click the altar just yet.
I already did. I clicked them both.
What did it do?
It says a gem socket.
So we probably have to get the 2 gems and then come back here and go down and get the locket.
It's never go retrieve my book from the shelf.
Mason, let's be honest. You wouldn't play a game that was go retrieve the book from the shelf.
I'm pretty sure WoW had at least 1 or 2 of those quests.
That's probably true. You don't even retrieve books in real life. What was the last book you picked up? Other than the Arnold Schwarzenegger book, because we already talked about that. Oh my god, that guy is so large.
Is he in charge, though?
Probably not. He doesn't strike me as one that would be in charge. I feel like he probably has poor leadership skills.
Yeah.
That's the assumption I'm going to make about him.
Think, I want to say it was The Hobbit.
Did you actually read all of The Hobbit?
I have before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very surprising to me. So that was just to move it, not to actually read it.
Yeah. That's exactly what
You
I
couldn't be
said.
troubled to actually read the book. You were just like, I gotta get this out of the way so I can get to my 4-gallon drum of ice cream.
Yep. Because I keep my ice cream on a bookshelf.
Or do you keep your books in the freezer?
It depends what type. Fantasy is on the bookshelf.
Okay. Sci-fi goes in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then autobiographies belong in the bread box.
If I had a bread box, I would put them in.
Isn't a bread box, like, scientifically the worst place to keep bread?
I mean, probably. I don't know.
Because
I've
it's
never
like
had one,
it's like
so.
dark, and it just is like a breeding ground for stuff that you don't want on your bread, like fungus and such.
I'm sure if it was dark and damp, that would be even worse.
Run away! That was like one time we bought potatoes. One time only have I ever bought potatoes. Bought potatoes, and I was
Aren't
like,
you Irish?
Yes. And I was like,
yeah.
we
More
have
than one time.
no, only one time ever. But I was like, we have to keep these in the fridge. And my sister was like, oh, you don't have to keep potatoes in the fridge, blah, 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 blah. I think I know things. And we had the potatoes for like 2 days, and they already started to grow eyes.
What were they looking at?
That was a terrible joke.
You know, you knew I was gonna do it.
I know that you know what a potato eye is.
Yep. Something they look out of.
No. But yeah, it was 2 days, and they had already started growing. And we decided to keep the potatoes on top of the fridge, which is right next to the light. You know what? It said on the box, or the bag of potatoes, it said keep in a dark, cool place. AKA not on top of the fridge, right next to the only light in the entire room.
Looks like somebody doesn't know how to potato.
Yeah, this is why I'm never going food shopping with my sister ever again. And just going to have my own food in the summer when I live with her. I feel like this feels like a secret entrance into something. Whatever. But yeah, I will never again go food shopping with her. She spends so much. I don't know how she's not poor. She spends way more money on food than I... Like, when I go food shopping, I spend like $80, and that's like 2 weeks.
$80 on ham.
$80 exclusively on ham. I eat only ham for 2 weeks. But in all reality, I spend like... It's like $80, and that's enough food for me for like 2 weeks, basically. And it's always like somewhere between like $75 and $85. Very consistent. I went with my sister once, and it was like $200 for like a week's worth of food.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
I'm a better shopper than my sister is basically how it happens.
Yeah, I do eat a lot of that rice and chicken though, so.
Yeah, I too eat quite a bit of rice and chicken.
I went down to the strip one day and I was just like, 20-pound bag of basmati rice.
I want that, but whenever I wanted to buy a giant bag of rice, Mom was like, "Oh, where are you gonna keep it in your apartment?"
Under your pillow. Or use it as a pillow.
Even better.
That would not really be any...
No, rice really isn't very comfortable at all.
You could like attach it to the ceiling fan and make a trap for your roommate.
We don't have a ceiling fan in our bedroom, actually.
Oh, that's disappointing.
We have one in the living room. It's not very effective either. My living room is very warm right now.
What did I die
because
from?
My landlady controls the heat in our apartment.
And she controls the universe.
She's like an 80-year-old Italian lady, and therefore, by the rules of being old, is cold all of the time. And therefore keeps the heat in all of her tenants' apartments extremely warm. Which, like, granted, I don't pay for the gas, so, like, it's nice that it's warm. But it's, like, so warm that right now I wish I could have my window open, but I can't because it would be really loud in the background of the recording. Because it is a Thursday night, and therefore drunk college kids are walking past my apartment right now, yelling drunk college kids things.
And what would that be?
Mostly unintelligible garble about what bar they're going to or something of that nature. I sound like a bitter 50-year-old guy living alone. Like,
Isn't that
damn,
pretty much the same thing?
Damn those kids.
What you are now?
Brr, 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 brr.
And get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
They're hippity hop.
Back in my day, we walked to the bar uphill both ways in the snow. It's my impersonation of an old man, I guess. But apparently he may have also been an alcoholic, I don't know. I think when I'm an old man, I'm going to talk about a war that I never fought in, but talk about it as if I really did.
Well then.
Because in high school, I would always be like, back in the Korean War, a real war. But I've never been in the Korean War or anywhere near either of the Koreas. But I feel like when I'm old and senile, those are the kind of things I'll talk about.
I mean, you gotta have something to talk about.
Exactly. Certainly can't talk about this.
I looked at funny cat pictures on the internet.
Yeah, I certainly can't talk about this. People will be like, what's a YouTube? Shut up, Grandpa. You're distracting us from our television show that's being streamed directly into our eyeballs.
And our hovering skateboards.
Yeah. Our CSI episode 800. CSI, yeah. CSI New Hampshire, damn DCville.
Beast Town.
In my mind, just all of the cities become one giant city in like the next 80 years. This is such a nice change of pace from those freaking Bracken Witches. Like, I'm enjoying this way more than I should be. Oh, I just opened the door that I didn't want to open yet.
Sounds like every part of this adventure so far.
This mouse was not accurate enough.
I gotta get a new mouse with a higher DPI.
What's DPI stand for?
Dragons Partying Internationally.
I don't understand how that would help the accuracy of my mouse, but I like the idea of it, nonetheless. Perhaps it is dustpan igloos.
How would that help the accuracy?
I couldn't think of an I at all. I was
igloos.
Yeah. That was, for whatever reason, igloo is the first word I think of when I think of words that start with I. Not really sure why. I'm an Inuit at heart. I suppose.
You're an idiot at heart.
I'm a what?
You're an idiot at heart?
You're an idiot.
Is that?
In real life, not even in heart. In soul. Yeah, Mason.
Wow.
How's that feel?
Got a meter.
I just got real personal there.
Hit me in the feels, you know.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend a couple days ago, and we were discussing what I consider to be the best place on campus to nap if you ever need a nap.
A library?
No, it's this one like really nice floor on one of the business school buildings. Has these super comfy leather, like black leather couches. And I have never napped on there up to this point, but like if I ever need to nap, that's where I'm going. And I guess my one friend has napped there like 2 or 3 times now, and he was like, he told me that he was taking over my spot, and I was like, you'll never take over my spot. The memories me and that spot have shared are like, it's something about how he can never understand the intimate memories that have been shared between me and that spot. And he was like, wow. All I got back in the responding text was just wow, and I was like, yeah, you weren't ready for that, were you? I was like, I hit you right in the feels, and he was like, yeah, that really hurt, and I was like, yeah, it should have.
Yeah, one can never get past the feels.
I know, man.
There are just so many things here.
There are a lot of things, but none of them are Bracken Witches and fetishes, and therefore everything is okay in the world. Because that was actually just the worst.
Are you sure, Peter?
I'm sure that Bracken Witches are absolutely the worst. Until we fight another enemy that's worse than them, and then that enemy will become the worst.
Oh no, Bracken Witches!
It's a very arbitrary naming system, in which I just named the thing that annoys me the most right now the worst.
Derek is the worst.
No, Derek's not. Derek's the best. You're the worst.
Get out of here.
Oh, Mason, I forgot to mention this. This is gonna break. This is gonna break the space-time continuum. But you and I completed our first game for Friendly Fire Co-op a couple days ago when we were recording. We didn't mention it while we were recording it, but afterwards I was like, oh man, should have had some parties with some streamers and, you know, all kinds of good stuff like that.
Jeez.
For the record,
more invites for TF2.
That game was Orcs Must Die 2.
That game was fun.
That game was very fun. And we're not done with Orcs Must Die 2 by any means. Oh no! Oh no! Are those yours?
No.
Yes, they are, because I can't mouse over them. How did you gain the ability to summon those?
I told you I could get it earlier, but you were like, nah, no, don't do that.
I must not have been paying attention. I was
Well, that's
watching
fantastic.
an episode of How I Met Your Mother earlier today. I'm now on season 4, by the way. I think the last time we recorded, I had mentioned I was on like season 2.
You
I'm
know
now on.
how you said you were really sad for yourself when you ate all those gummy bears?
Yeah.
You should be really sad for yourself about all that How I Met Your Mother.
Look, Mason, I don't have a lot going on right now, okay?
So you aren't Stacy's mom?
No. But no, I just, like, I don't know, man. When you're in college, I'm like, kind of busy because I have like an event coming up for the one student organization I'm in that I'm responsible for organizing, which is actually tomorrow. So now I'll like go back to not being busy. But like I'm busy enough that I don't have time to like sit down and get deeply enthralled in a game. But I'm not busy enough to the point where like I'm gonna like sit down and like watch an episode or two like between classes and stuff. It's basically the point I'm at. But I was watching an episode, and what were we just talking about? Because now I don't even remember what episode I wanted to bring up because you distracted me so much. Oh, I remember now. I was talking about something being my favorite. I was watching the episode in which Ted's one girlfriend doesn't like Star Wars, and like it's his favorite movie, so it's like a big deal. And I was watching that episode, and I was like, my ex-girlfriend also did not like my favorite movie, and it was the worst. It drove me crazy.
What is your favorite movie?
Is
it Fern Gully?
Is it what?
Fern Gully.
What is that?
It is a movie.
I've
It is a
never heard
child's
of it.
movie.
I've never heard of it. What is it about?
It's about Fern Gully.
Is that a place?
Yes, it is a place.
Alright, well, needless to say, that's clearly not my favorite movie. Level 45, yeah! But anyway, my favorite movie is The Prestige, which everybody should watch if they have not watched The Prestige, because it's glorious. Mason, you should watch The Prestige right now. Stop. We're gonna stop recording so you can go watch
Alright.
it.
Goodbye.
But yeah, it's a great movie. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Alright, it's about these two magicians that are in this like super intense rivalry, and they're trying to figure out, like, the one's trying to figure out the other guy's like big move, like how he does his like super awesome magic trick that like no one else can master. And like it has this crazy plot twist like ending that you would never in a million years see coming unless you were far more intelligent than I will ever be, because
Unless you were M. Night
it
Shyamalan.
blew my mind when I saw it. But it's just awesome. And like all of my friends love that movie except my girlfriend, and she thought it was like the worst movie ever, and it drove me nuts. And I thought about that whenever I was watching
How I Met Your Mother.
when I was watching How I Met Your Mother. And I was like, this is a very true thing, that if they don't like the movie, it doesn't work out. That's real life, man. How I Met Your Mother doesn't lie. You'll understand one day, Mason.
One day, this will all
Yeah.
be mine.
When you have a girlfriend and she hates whatever crappy Arnold Schwarzenegger film is your favorite.
Hey. Alternative 3, look at that guy's name. Look at that guy's name.
I think we've broken the game. We've fought in so many elite mobs that there are no longer names to call them. They are simply known as Alternative 3. Or the other ones? I know, Ice Gasher. And Ice Gasher and Alternative 3, the ultimate combination
That sounds like
of
a
enemies.
bad boy band.
Alternative 3?
Yeah.
It absolutely does. Ice Gasher does not. Ice Gasher sounds like a
Or it sounds like a
Very-
Christian rock band.
alternative. It does sound a little Christian rocky. Not Ice Gasher. Alternative 3, of course.
Ice Gasher is so metal.
Nah, dude, it's clearly Swiss Euro indie pop rock. All of those
Euro
words.
indie pop rocks.
Euro
Okay.
indie pop rocks. So I went to Goodwill today. We were trying to get bow ties.
Fantastic store.
No, I was not pleased with the service that I received. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell the story next time on Friendly Fire Co-op because we are at the end of our episode. Bye.
Bye.